Then, the 8th day having arrived, Moses called Aaron and his sons, and those greater by birth from Israel, and he said to Aaron, "Take a calf for sin from the herd, and a ram as a holocaust, both immaculate, and offer them in the sight of the Lord. And to the sons of Israel, you shall say, Take a he-goat for sin, and a calf as well as a lamb, both 1 year old and without blemish, as a holocaust. Take also an ox and a ram for peace offerings. And immolate them before the Lord, offering with the sacrifice of each one fine wheat flour sprinkled with oil. For today the Lord will appear to you." And so they brought everything that Moses had ordered before the door of the tabernacle, where, when all the multitude stood together, Moses said, "This is the word, which the Lord has instructed. Accomplish it, and his glory will appear to you." And he said to Aaron, "Approach toward the altar, and immolate on behalf of your sin. Offer the holocaust, and pray for yourself and for the people. And when you have slain the victim for the people, pray for them, just as the Lord has instructed." And immediately Aaron, approaching toward the altar, immolated the calf for his sin. And his sons brought its blood to him, and dipping his finger in it, he touched the horns of the altar, and he poured out the remainder at its base. And the fat, and the little kidneys, and the mesh of the liver, which are for sin, he burned upon the altar, just as the Lord had instructed Moses. Yet truly, the flesh and its skins he burned with fire beyond the camp. He also immolated the victim of holocaust. And his sons brought its blood to him, which he poured out all around the altar. And when the victim itself was cut into pieces, they brought him the head and each of the limbs, all of which he burned with fire upon the altar. Having first washed the intestines and the feet with water. And making an offering for the sin of the people, he slew the he-goat. And expiating the altar, he accomplished the holocaust, adding to it the sacrifice of the libations, which are to be offered together, and burning them upon the altar, separately from the ceremonies of the morning holocaust. He also immolated the ox, as well as the ram, as peace offerings for the people. And his sons brought him the blood, which he poured out upon the altar all around. Then the fat of the ox, and the rump of the ram, and the 2 little kidneys with their fat, and the mesh of the liver, they placed upon the breasts. And when the fat had been burned upon the altar, Aaron separated their breasts and the right shoulders, lifting them up in the sight of the Lord, as Moses had instructed. And extending his hands to the people, he blessed them. And so, the victims for sin, and the holocausts, and the peace offerings being completed, he descended. Then Moses and Aaron entered the tabernacle of the testimony, and afterwards came out and blessed the people. And the glory of the Lord appeared to the entire multitude. And, behold, a fire from the Lord devoured the holocaust, and the fat which was on the altar. When the crowd had seen this, they praised the Lord, falling on their faces.